Your space could use some tidying, but there's just so much stuff. Been meaning to clean it up, but you don't have an entire week to dedicate to it. But I get it, you're a whole adult. You got a whole life to live. If this is you, then this video is for you. Hey friend, hey. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to me too. I feel like having stuff has just been a part of the lifestyle. Especially now that I buy stuff that I like, it's really hard to get rid of some of it. And not only is it hard to get rid of some of it, it's just hard to keep tidy. So it just makes cleaning that much more stressful, that much more time consuming. So I'm trying to get rid of some stuff. And if you're watching this video, I think that's you too. But even though I have so much stuff and cleaning is an issue, I still find myself comfortable in the clutter, which just makes no sense to me. But it's kind of like when you've just had so many things for so long, in your mind, it all has a place, even if its place in anybody else's mind is out of place. If you know, you know. We have all this stuff as options that we may want or need someday. We think we have it under control, but sometimes the clutter has us in control. Sometimes keeping it is easier because then I don't have to make every little decision about every little thing. If any of those resonate with you, let me know in the comments. Today we're going to talk about a decluttering tip that I've been using to get my MFing more fulfilling life together. Lately I've been on a decluttering kick personally, so I thought it would be a good time to talk about this topic. I'm Dacie and welcome to the neighborhood. Here on this corner of the internet is Dacie's Dose, where I share doses of inspiration and practical tips on how to live a more fulfilling life. I help us navigate this hood called adulthood. So follow so we can navigate this adulthood together. Welcome to my hood. All right, so we got our topic for the day. We have our baby for the day. Let's go ahead and get it started. I know there's a big difference between needing your house cleaned and needing to declutter, but I feel like having a lot of clutter is like a micro version of having a messy home in the back of your head. Has your house ever been so out of order that it literally affects your mood? Because that's been me, okay? I used to live in a 2-story loft, and when I was so overwhelmed and stressed from work, as a pharmacist, some days I would work 12-hour days back to back. And I can just remember like waking up, getting dressed, going down the stairs, seeing everything everywhere, and just feeling defeated before I even left the door. Not even on my current to-do list for the day, and I'm already overwhelmed. That did not feel good. That's what having too much stuff out of place can do to you. I recently started a book, Organizing the Rest of Us, 100 Realistic Strategies to Keep Any House Under Control. And the author Dana White just gives a lot of tips on how to get started, and a lot of it is mindset. Dana White talks about how people who really always seem to have a clean house is because they have a lot less things. And I don't have time to be cleaning all the time. I got other responsibilities. So I want to live that lifestyle. I want to know what it's like to walk in a room and not see random stuff and not see a whole bunch of random stuff that's out of place, even though I have a lot of stuff that is in place. She talks about how decluttering is a lot of little decisions and that can feel overwhelming. I just know that if I would have had less stuff, I would not have been as overwhelmed in my home. Instead of using an entire weekend, an entire week, an entire month, if I'm gonna be for real, to declutter, I've decided to just dedicate 15 minutes to an hour on scheduled days for decluttering. The reason I decided to do it this way is because I had other things to do, okay? I like to hang out with friends. I like to work out. I create content, short form and long form. Like, I'm a busy bitch. I'm a busy girl in a busy world, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that. So instead, I've been taking usually 30-minute increments, and I'm just working on one area at a time. If I didn't have as many things to do, I'd probably commit to 45 or an hour, but sometimes that can feel overwhelming. Like the thought of doing it. What would I have to do? Where should I start? Which item's this? Which item's that? When you pick larger numbers, you start to overthink it. I would say just set a timer for 30 minutes and work on one task. It's so much easier to just set a 30-minute timer and start moving. You can do anything for 30 minutes. The reason I say scheduled days is because when it's ambiguous, it's less likely to happen. And to be for real, do you really want to do it 7 days a week? I don't think so. But not setting any days, next thing you know, it's been a whole week. Because life be lifing. Adulting is hard. I'd consider 30 minutes 3 days a week. And I choose the days of the week before the week starts. Look at what you got going on and put it where it makes sense. It don't make sense to do it on the same day that you get home at 11 p.m. when you have a day that you get off at 6 o'clock. So just think it out ahead. Don't just choose random days. Schedule it. Put it on the calendar. There's 2 approaches that you can take when it comes to decluttering. You can go the tidy route or you can go the construction zone route. In the book, she says to not pull everything out at once like you see on TV and stuff like that. Because if you were to stop at any moment, you would be stressed. It would look worse than what it looked like before. So she says to literally go through and just declutter. Like go through and either throw away or put in a donate. Put items where they're supposed to go in real time. She said you should be able to stop at any point and your place not look worse than it did when you started. So if that's a priority for you, I would recommend going the tidy route. Another way is to turn your place into a construction zone, which I don't personally hate, but again, I can operate in chaos sometimes. If I know what I'm doing and I know that it's temporary, I can do it. When I say chaos, it's not as intentional as what Dana's saying. So I will just set the 30-minute timer, and if I end with stuff everywhere, for me, that's okay. I live alone at this time of my life. I know that I'm literally going to restart in 2 days where I left off. Like, I am comfortable with that. Now, if you only plan to do this once a week, then that would be a problem because your place would have to be a mess for a long period of time. But if you're planning to literally declutter for 30 minutes every day, I mean, just the next day, try to end off on a spot where you don't. So honestly, maybe just go with Dana's idea. A nice little blend is just to kind of blend the two. So if you just want to set the 30-minute timer and you want to go a little while, go crazy, just set an additional timer for maybe at the 25-minute mark. So that way when that timer goes off, that's your 5-minute tidy session. So that way when you do end, it may not look as wild as the construction zone would have looked, but also you are able to freely move if you don't want to think out every decision for every piece of thing right now, for every piece of declutter right now. I like to think of it like a construction zone in your house. Like, let's just say you're remodeling your kitchen, right? It's just like, this section looks crazy, but everything else looks fine, so I'm good. To be honest, a lot of people's homes be looking like junkyards anyway. No shade, no tea. We're just reframing it. We're just changing from a junkyard to a construction zone. At least one is leading towards progress. And that's what counts. Now, if you're telling yourself you can't do it in increments, either you're getting it done or you're not getting it done, you may need to watch my last video. Give yourself permission to decide to do it differently. Which way will get you results is what you have to think about. If you have time to commit every living, breathing hour of every evening to cleaning until it gets done in the 2 weeks or 3 weeks that it would take, oh, by all means. Clap for her, clap for her. I love that for you. I cannot relate. I don't have time for that. And so if you don't have time for that, but you ideally want to get it all done at once, but you cannot get it all done at once, please consider doing it different. You'll make the progress and it'll get you to your results. And that's what we want. We want results. Everything's not going to be ideal in this hood called adulthood, okay? So let's try doing it different. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Dacie's Dose. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope that something was useful or I said something that motivated you to get moving and to do it different. Let me know if you're planning to do the tidy sessions or the construction mode, or if you're one of those with the time, let me know how you plan to bust down the whole project. I want to know in the comments. Let me know what you're working on. I'll discuss what I'm working on in the after party. But this concludes the regular part of the video. I thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to stay for the after party and see what I've been working on lately and what I plan to work on for the rest of the year. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. I love you, mean it. Bye. After the party. Hi guys. Let's get into today's bevy and then we can talk about what I'm decluttering. Let me know what y'all are drinking. I told y'all to grab a bevy, so definitely tell me what you're drinking by the end of the video. Even if it's water, I need to know. This is water, actually. It is not as blue as it is inside. It's like a double glass thing. My sister got me this as part of her, what's that called? Her bachelorette, like, gifts. Bachelorette group? Bridesmaid gifts. It has my name on it. It's so cute. This is water. All I did was put the Mio in there. Oh, I'm gonna get up and show you on the screen. But all I did was put the Mio in here. It is the Hydrate, and I think it's like Berry Blast, I want to say. To me, it tastes like a blue Powerade, so it works out. So what I've been working on is my closet. If you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, then you see what my closet was looking like. It was looking great. You know that one thing that you keep putting off? For me, it was this closet. It is still in construction zone. I think I was doing tidy sessions a lot, but where I last stopped, it is construction zone. It's been about 4 days. It's Saturday, so I'll be able to work on it today. But where I stopped, I wanted to leave it out because now that the stuff is moved out the way, when I start this next session, I'm gonna start putting things where they belong. And that's why I kind of like the construction zone style, because if I put it back up knowing I'm about to pull it right back out to start the next step, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So right now I'm working on my closet. I'm hoping by the end of the year I in general have less stuff. Like I said, I started that book and I like what she's saying. It's about a 3-hour listen if you want to get an audiobook listen. I think Spotify gives you like 8 hours a month of audiobooks. Most people don't know that. Let me know. Have you been listening to audiobooks on Spotify? You have to pay for more. But I think 8 hours is cool. Also, Libby, you can listen to audiobooks on there. Stay focused. Yeah, I hope to have a lot less stuff, but I'm one of those people who make emotional attachments to things. And so I have to try different strategies to get it done. I like what she's saying. She says that she too makes emotional attachments, but you just have to take the emotions out of it, and she gives you strategies. So I highly recommend. It's not your typical read. Like, again, it's called 100 Things, 100 Ways to Declutter or something. So that's what I'm working on. I would love for you to tell me what you're decluttering in the comments, or if you're someone who doesn't really deal with a clutter issue, tell me what's been working for you to manage that or to keep it tidy. Give me your tidy hacks, please. I need. Thanks for staying for the after party, and I'll see you guys later. Love you, mean it. Bye.